Doing Spitfire, Eddie Coventry, flying it. It's like silver, red and blue one.
Lovely noise. Over the top. And although it sounds formation change on the bottom of that loop, the man is working hardest hoping that Gary's not going to fly him into the ground. He can't look anywhere else other than at the aircraft in front. And this is very good flying, ladies and gentlemen. Just joined the Harvard formation team in 1985 and has been learning and improving ever since, and he now is a really very good Cavallo resource and a very good handling man. Here they are back as a duo from your right. Lovely sound. Speed up at the bottom of that dive in. Gently easing up. is with us this afternoon, a major contributor to the classic wings operation here at Duxford, and His Royal Highness has special dispensation from the CAA to fly as a passenger in the back of Captain Trevor Butcher's Tiger Moth when the Tiger's displayed later. So, His Royal Highness, I hope you enjoy your flight, and it's a pleasure to see you here. And now I'll give you back to David Henchy.
Thank you very much, Jay, and no doubt hang about, you might be able to later on. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there goes Eddie Todd in the Jet Promise, just getting airborne into his display, and as he gets airborne, taxiing down, hopefully next year we'll be able to see the two of them display. Now here comes Eddie. With that. Eddie in his Mark 3A Jet Promise. Stalled. I'm glad to say the radial pair have turned their engines off, so we can now listen to and watch Eddie Todd in the Mark 3A Jet Promise. Slow roll. And of course the Jet Promise has been for many years the basic trainer of the Royal Air Force, the basic jet trainer of the Royal Air Force. Entered service, I can tell you exactly when it entered service, because I started my training on piston Promise. I never quite made it other than as for familiarization onto these particular aircraft. And that was in 1961. So it entered the service in 1961 and promised, you can see Eddie after the show. And he just went into a little bit of cloud there as he did that dirty turn, or sorry, stall turn, I think that was. And now the next thing we should be looking for is a put up and over and with a roll on the way down, according to Eddie. Give him a quick whack on the head or on the leg with his knuckles. The aircraft down in September for static display. This is the first time I've seen him display, and it's absolutely fine. But what gets me is that his notes on what he's going to do not entirely synchronized with what he is doing. Today with the wind 10 to 12 knots down the strip. They'll be airborne very, very quickly. The aircraft nearest to us, the Guy Black German engines, Speichler Storch, very much quieter than the August engined ARC one. They're up with a leap and a bound. You've got your cameras. I know the sky is not terribly good, but that is one for the album. The August engined Storch, which is, of course, resident here at Duxford for many years.
Who wants to go home?
This particular aircraft, UK registration is Golf Bravo Papa Hotel Zulu. is a very fine example, built for the French Army as an MS hopping around from one airfield to the other. Capable of very short takeoff and very short landing, outperforms the Auster by some distance in terms of short takeoffs and landings. Very similar in performance in that respect to the Lysander, though the Lysander itself was considerably quicker. And when we get a firm breeze here at Duxford, if we can get about a 15 or 20 knot breeze, you can actually see these things tootling along at probably no more than 10 knots ground speed. Now the other Storch, which of course has cleared the circuit, had a 8-cylinder inverted and I noticed the other day when we were air testing it here at Duxford how much quieter it is than this particular radial engine version. Great difference in the noise that the engines produce. As the Storch turns back at the west of us, there goes the P-63 King Cobra in the hands of Nick Gray, I think. See Storch back over the field. John Romain brings back Guy Black's version to join us. And again, really a unique picture. The one you can't hear is number 2. And getting airborne is Aviation Metals Pit Special, flown by Denny Dobson. And the Storch has come around now for final landing. And with the Storches down, I'm expecting the arrival of the Canberra. I'm just listening.
Storches are touching down. Okay, you make position for running a brake for a very tight circuit. Okay.
T6 Harwood and the Hurricane, they're returning from a photo sortie. So much for my aircraft recognition. I put it down to old age, actually. It's the cataracts, you know. Locked, looking all right. We're just going to have a look at them and holding the camera off until we get this aircraft down. And here comes the Hurricane. The gear is looking down and in normal position. And yes, Nick just checks that out, and that looks fine. And the Canberra is on its way now. This is the first Canberra on the British Register, on the British Civil Register, that is, privately owned by Ron Mitchell. And here she comes. WJ680, for those of you who like military aircraft tail numbers, and it's a very fine aircraft. I know this because when I was on 7th Squadron, this particular aircraft was one of our aircraft, and I have done some 30 to 40 hours flying in this airplane as a navigator on 7th Squadron. flies by with bomb doors open. Capable of carrying 9,000 pounds of bomb load in the bomb bay, approaching at about 140 knots with its gear down. Flaps are down. And if he was doing a landing, he'd be throttling back now to about 120 knots. Now flying past at about 140 knots. Very, very reliable, though a little bit prone to engine icing in very cold conditions. The aircraft is marked underneath in black and yellow because its last role as a TT-18 was as a target towing aircraft. It would have had 2 Rushton winches under each wing, one under each wing, and it was capable of towing, and I did some of that testing off Benbecula up on the west coast of Scotland, and 40,000 foot of cable out the back end of an aeroplane makes a wonderful lightning conductor, as I know. Celebrated its 40th anniversary in 1988. And will undoubtedly see a 50th. And the P-63 just coming back into land. And the camber comes in for a high-speed pass. Capable of 420 knots low level. Robbie Metcalf takes the T. From the right at the maximum 200 miles per hour, pulling up into the vertical, keeping the aircraft rolling round with the ailerons for a quite spectacular arrival for this wonderful little machine. Going from 200 miles per hour right the way down to 0 at the top of that climb, back up to 200 miles per hour at the bottom again, going from its full range of speed in about 4.5 seconds. Back up to the top, pushing over the top, right about minus 3G in the pushover manoeuvre. That is perfectly happy, it doesn't matter which way up it is. This one much more difficult to fly upside down. Not that Denny seems to be having too much problem here. Which can be up to 450 degrees per second. 1.25 turns per second. 1, 2, 3 quick rolls on the way up. The aeroplane again, powered up into that vertical climb by 180 horsepower Lycoming flat 4 engine, fully aerobatic fuel system and oil system on the aeroplane, of course. Now, I mentioned that the aeroplane is much more difficult to fly upside down, but as you can see, Denny doesn't seem to be having too many problems with that here this afternoon. 90-degree rolls should be a fairly spectacular slope. Allows you to see him disappearing off to the right. Rolls out, lots and lots of side slip on to let him to see where he's going. Very long nose, very difficult to see over it, but lots of side slip on down towards the grass, and I think you might call that a vertical circuit. Really spectacular performance there. Thanks very much to Denny Dobson in the S1D Pit Special. Big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Well done, Denny.
Ryan Lacombe, the most experienced display pilot in the world. He's flown a record of over 2,000 public performances. So here he is now off to work in the stomp for you. There we are, again being pushed out of his straps, pushing up over the top. He describes these high G manoeuvres as fairly gentle by modern standards, but of course this depends on what one regards as gentle, I suppose. Aerobatic company now, who we'll be seeing a little later, Firebird Aerobatics, with the Express Extra and the micro-release pits. I think is going to be a stall turn. Other freelancers getting airborne. That's the Water, the Express Extra and the micro-release pits. And Brian bringing in the stop. Again, giving himself a good view of the grass ahead. An absolutely delightful touchdown. A great favourite with everybody, of course, Sally B. On a home base here for the final show of the year. Baker around the area of the control tower. With that, Sally B has tail up, full power. Sally B clears off, running left to right then, Sally B, B-17G. The American 8th Air Force, of course, came over to this country in 1942. It's phenomenal. And of course Sally B featured in that film as the Memphis Belle. Of August 43. They ran into bad weather. They suffered the lack of full escort, and as a result of that, they lost 60 aircraft shot down, 40 were scrapped as being beyond economical repair, and 200 aircraft damaged. In all, 1,000 men were lost, bearing in mind that each B-17 will carry a crew of 10. That adds up to a whole lot of aircraft. Here's a superb photo opportunity for you. Low level, coming towards you, breaking away. Very elegant sight. 4 Wright Cyclones. Many of these aircraft returned from missions to Europe, very badly shot up. Tailplanes gone, rudders shot away, 6 feet missing off the wing, and yet still they brought the crews back.
gentlemen, you can see. An amazing aeroplane really by today's standards when you think it's a very big aeroplane. It carried an enormous number of crew relatively, and yet very favourably with the National 109 video, which will be on sale. Starts in this manner. And now we're looking for the Flying Crusaders. Ladies and gentlemen, Brian Lacombe to describe this unique duo.
Thank you very much indeed, David. Well, this is the Firebird duo of 1994. Ladies and gentlemen, and it is a unique duo inasmuch as it is mixed. Pulling up now for the barrel roll. Between them, both together and solo, extra 230. Keep an eye on the brake. Pulling up, go. Brake, go, roll, now. Keep an eye on the extra at centre stage, ladies and gentlemen. John will be going into a stall turn, and from the stall turn directly into a flat spin from a height of about 1,400 feet there. Pilots will enter a 5-turn flat spin from 1,400 feet. Such is the response of the X rolls, 1 roll, 2 rolls, and a Cobra roll. Another roll, recovering inverted, and pushing up to the vertical, half roll in the vertical, and watch the down line on this, ladies and gentlemen. This is the knife edge spin. Over the stall turn, into the knife edge. Is every bit as uncomfortable as it looks. Down, turning in towards centre point. Hitting about 180 miles an hour. Brake now.
And as I said to you earlier on, ladies and gentlemen, do look out. Very shortly on the market will be the new video released, Spirit of Britain for everybody's Christmas stocking, I think, is the answer. And as the little pitch lands, so the mighty Corsair gets airborne. This aircraft is finished in the dramatic all-black night fighter scheme Whiskey Mike Zulu, which was the personal Blenheim of one of the Royal Air Force's most distinguished pilots. Wing Commander, of course, it replaced the first Blenheim, which was so tragically lost very shortly after its completion of its rebuild some 6 years ago now, at the cost of their own lives. It's interesting to note note that at the beginning of the Second World War, the RAF had more Blenheims on charge than any other aircraft. Now you can see in its night fighter intruder fit, it's got a machine gun pack underneath, 4 machine guns fitted there, and a mid-upper gunner. This aircraft occasionally has a little trouble with its altimeter. The Blenheim, of course, was the only RAF aeroplane to serve in every command, and that too is taxiing out. Now just coming into land with this beautiful rays of sunshine there behind it. And the next aircraft we're looking for is the lovely Mark 9 T9 Spitfire PV-202, flown by Rick Roberts. For those of you down the western end now, you'll be able to appreciate the armament consisted of 2 20mm Hispano cannons and 2.5-inch uranium 100-pounder. I suspect that means 2 200-pound bombs, because 20-pound bombs are the sort of things I used to drop in practice and which do nothing but frighten the dog next door. So Rick comes off his first route. It went October 1944, which is the year of its postponement. Was part of number 126 Canadian Wing, 2nd Tactical Air Force, based in transport. He flew altogether 76 operational sorties and shot down 3 enemy aircraft. At the end of the war, the aircraft was put into storage until 1950, when she was bought by Vickers Armstrong and converted into a 2-seat trainer for the Irish Army Air Corps. All in all, a history that is very, very similar to Caroline Grace's Spitfire, which also is an ex-Irish Army Air Corps T9. And as the Spitfire turns around there in plan form, you'd see that beautifully shaped wing. Which gave it such an outstanding one of its main protagonists during the war, just lining up for its departure. Also down the far end is the B-25. Ladies and gentlemen, the mighty Daimler Benz, the Messerschmitt 109G, flown today by David Southwood. That Spitfire, it's got no wheels tower. Escort fighter for those B-17 units that I was talking to you about earlier. But a marriage of convenience in some ways, slightly accidental really, between Rolls-Royce and North American, in that the aircraft was fitted, or it was suggested that the aircraft be fitted with a Rolls-Royce Merlin engine. A number of different roles, not only long-range escort, but also operating throughout. Goodson accounted for something like 100 plus enemy aircraft.
Yes, they appear to be, they look as though they're locked, they're in the right position, but he's taking it very, very gently indeed. To the right front. Yeah, you appear to be okay. Good. Well, we can breathe a sigh. And running in from your left now is the F4U Corsair. A blistering carrier borne, folding wings. Pratt & Whitney radial up front. Reasonably short stroke. And still keep the prop clear of the carrier deck. Tactical dogfighting and so on and so forth. Mustang through there, a fair old clip. Notice of the beautifully flown, displaying that characteristic nose down trimmed attitude, including Wildcat, Hellcat, Tiger Cat. And the 51 coming in with Cliff Spink at the controls for a real greaser there. Overflown by Mark Hanna and the Corsair, pulling the aircraft round. Predominantly used in the Pacific. And one quick announcement. In fact, I'll leave this till Mark has gone past. The winning ticket for the wings on this one. Which enables precise for a real low level.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Steve Partridge, and I've been chosen today to talk to you about two display teams, and the first is running in from your right now, the Vintage Trainer pair. As you can see, closest to the crowd line is the Percival Proctor. Sorry, the Percival Prentice, flown today by Captain Chris Fielder. And the Oster was a very manoeuvrable aircraft and was used to train Army cooperation pilots in the art of air observation post flying, which you'll see a demonstration of later. There you see the aircraft doing a very slow fly past, from left to right is Chris Fielder in the Prentice. At Luton Percival, and served at number 1 Flying Training School, Cranwell. 7. Officers served throughout World War II and in every theatre of war and in every police action thereafter where the British Army had a presence up until 1967. Ladies and gentlemen, the officers of the Military Oyster Flight. Today's Mark 9 Oyster This aircraft last saw active service in Borneo in 1963 and makes its debut airshow today after several years in restoration down a middle wallop. You can see on the ground in front of the present gun positions, and they'll run in over the gun troop to drop message bags to inform them of what they've seen. In those days may have been the only form of communication available to the pilots, as they may well not have been in ground radio communication with the gun pits. Fired. The aircraft pulled up and saw where the fall of shell was, and another message bag is dropped informing them.
Are you okay? Yeah. I didn't mean to hit.
So, another climb to height. See where the shot falls, descend down quickly to get below the horizon so the enemy can't see where we are.
German shelling back.
Of the Spitfire Society here today who actually flew BB2. Due to take Sheikh Ben Fazi up in the Tiger Moth, was out looking at the aeroplane, and the man's opened the throttle and got airborne. Now, he's only had half an hour in the Tiger Moth before, and I wonder if anybody's told our emergency services that this is the case. Can we have somebody from Classic Wings, please, up onto the tower to try and talk this man down? We can't get the aeroplane back on the ground. We're in dreadful trouble, because not only did Classic Wings lose a valuable aeroplane, they also lose a valuable sponsor. Sheikh Ali Ben Fazi is a member of a little-known nomadic desert tribe from North Africa.